Hi guys, how are you? Hi everybody, how are you today? We only have one story to share with you today. Perry, I'm going to take it you can't fix your get your
No, I
computer.
can't.
What's going on with it?
I don't know. I mean, because I told myself I was going to check into it last night,
Uh-huh.
and then I didn't go on with you this morning, so I forgot.
Oh, you
So
haven't.
maybe I had
So,
to reset my browser or something. I'm
are you
not
going to be
sure.
Avatar the whole time? Perry, come off of Avatar. I can't stand it.
Look,
I can't.
hold up. Well, we got something here.
Oh, it's back.
I don't know how long
Here it is.
it
Look.
is back. But we'll take it.
I cannot stand it and don't understand to this day how people watch people that don't show their face. It bothers me. Like I need to see who I'm talking to. You could be telling me anything, child.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Oh wow. All right, you guys, we only have one story for you today. Not much going on. Was not going to come on today until I realized this is a real important story. So we're going to talk about Kanye getting sued by the family of George Floyd. V is messy and
Oh, yeah.
messy.
Well, why? Why she
Oh,
messing with
look,
me?
people are putting in the chat. We should do that today since we're doing one story. Hi, Lily. Everybody put in the. Oh, I forgot the banner. Everybody put in the chat where you're from. I don't know why I love doing this. I love it. We get people from all over here. We're London. What is Fulham?
Ohio in the house.
Georgia, huh? You see Ohio, Miami, the
We got the Bronx in the house. Yeah.
Boogie Down Bronx. Oh, it's going so fast.
Harlem. I went
Hey,
there twice.
you went to Harlem before?
Uh-huh.
Missouri. Now it's going really fast.
Houston.
Tennessee, Roanoke, Richmond, Virginia.
California.
We used to live in Chesterfield. Brooklyn,
North Carolina.
Dallas, Lexington. Oh, Kentucky. My son went to school
UK.
in Lexington.
UK, yeah. Right there in Lexington.
Oh, yeah, the UK. Not he went to UK. Ireland. Slow down. We got to get Ireland. Okay, I missed it.
Florida's in the house.
Fayetteville represents strong. It's always someone from Fayetteville. Indiana, Rock Hill, South Carolina.
Yep.
New Delhi. Oh, I missed it.
Mississippi.
New Delhi's in the house. Romania. I caught it too. Look at this. Romania. I see.
We got Germany in the house.
Germany. I seen Germany.
Williamsburg,
Virginia. I love Williamsburg. Louisiana. These are going fast. Oh, Ireland, Dublin.
Oh, did you slow down the chat?
Yeah, I had to. It was going so fast. Look,
it's still going fast. Yeah.
Sandy Springs, Georgia.
We got Jamaica in the house.
You seen Jamaica?
Yeah.
London, Georgia's represent. Oh, Phoenix, Arizona. That's our neck of the woods. Coastal Georgia. Coastal. Oh, that's down by Savannah, I'm thinking. Norfolk in the house. Qatar. I love that. Qatar is in the house. I love that. Some people are telling me to hurry up. Okay, I love doing this. I'll hurry. South Carolina, London again. We have so many. Haiti. Hi, Haiti. Heartland, Texas. New York City. Athens, Georgia. Perry, have we ever been to Athens?
No.
What about when your brother was in the military?
No, that was it was an army base. I can't remember. Georgia, Bennettsville, something Georgia, but
what is Coastal Waters? South Carolina. Oh, that's by the. Didn't they have a beach down in South Carolina?
Anchorage, Alaska. Damn, that sounds cold.
Alaska.
That sounds cold on it.
Oh my God, Detroit. Thank you, representing. I'm from Detroit. Lily says Athens is 45 minutes for Georgia. I feel like we've been to Athens before. We used to live in Atlanta.
Where's that military base in Atlanta? It was. I
Oh,
want to
look,
say
Perry Rome. I missed it. There was one from Italy, Scotland,
army base.
Huntsville. Is that you, Melody? No, I'm just kidding. Pennsylvania. I love it. Myrtle Beach. That's the name of the beach that we used to go to when we
Yeah.
lived in
Uh huh.
Virginia. Myrtle Beach. Nigeria. I want to go to Nigeria so bad. I want to go. Canada,
Phoenix in the house.
clean
We've been to
Canada.
Phoenix. We've been there.
Phoenix. And
Mm-hmm.
it was hotter than
Hot
Vegas.
as hot as hell.
It was hot. It was hot. All right, you guys. Thank you for taking me. The Netherlands. I missed it. The Netherlands. I seen that. I love it. All right. So we're only going to do one story today because there wasn't really much going on. I really didn't even want to come on to do this video, but I want Kanye to lose so bad that I'm going to follow the story, the case, and everything. I'm sure you guys all heard the announcement that George Floyd's family is suing Kanye for $250 million. They also served him with a cease and desist. If that is not telling you to shut the hell up, I don't know what you need on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
Kanye is effed. He's effed. Okay. This is coming before I even read all of this during the same time in which Alex Jones, let me see if I found that article. Do you guys remember Alex Jones? Oh, he was here it is. Let me put this up there. Alex Jones is a commentator. I don't even know if he was Republican or not. I think he was. He worked at a radio station, and I do believe it was Republican based, but I'm not sure. And that
Yeah.
even doesn't matter. What matters is he just lost a case in which you guys from overseas. I don't know if you heard about the Sandy Hook. Someone went into an elementary, and I gotta watch my language. I don't want to alarm the censors. Unlifed, okay,
Mm-hmm.
children,
Yep.
children. It pisses me off
Yep.
every time. Children. And this guy, I don't know if it was political because I don't really follow politics like that.
I think
Maybe
it was. I think it was though, but
so.
don't
All
quote me.
over Republicans was it all Republicans or just him?
No,
So
you know
this
what though?
guy,
I mean, you can't say, oh, I think it's like the Democrats, they got that, you know, fashion of people. Republicans got a certain fashion of people, right? It's that
they
side.
call him the right wing or something.
More, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So some people decided to use this as politics. The same way Kanye is. Kanye's not fooling anybody. This is all about him working for Trump. This is what all
Hmm.
this was about. But
Yep.
this guy, his name is Alex Jones, he starts saying that Sandy Hook didn't happen. Okay, it was a sham. And they're just lying to you for I don't even remember what he said they were lying for. But can you imagine losing a child and then somebody is using that for political gain?
Hmm.
How hurtful that would be. Did I ever tell you guys that when I was in elementary school, we had a sniper, can I say that word,
Yeah.
uh,
Hmm.
a,
No,
a
you good.
school person to, I don't even know how to say that. I don't want to say I had okay,
Just say an incident at the school,
that
and people
involve
sort of
weapons.
know.
Okay,
Yeah.
there was
Hmm.
a girl at in my elementary school. Her name was Brenda Spencer. She decided to take children out using a weapon. It's the most what's the word can I say, devastating thing that could ever happen to you. I was a little girl at the time, scared shitless. I don't understand people who want to take their problems out on children or just people like
Yeah.
the whole George Floyd thing. So anyway, this guy got sued by the Sandy Hook parents because you're saying that my child's life didn't matter. My child's life was a lie. And
Right,
they just
right.
start putting out false narratives. So they took
Hmm.
him to court.
Yeah.
David says he's never going to be able to pay 965 million, not even half. Well, as you guys see in the title here, they sued him. They won a 965 million, almost a billion. I'm just going to round it up to a billion. They won for $1 billion lawsuit. I don't even think, like David said, he could pay it off. He
Mhm.
should pay whatever he can, but you ought to be ashamed of yourself. I heard that he's been trying to hide money. I heard that the radio station that he had filed bankruptcy at Chapter 11. He can do all he's going to need to do. He's going to
Mhm.
file appeals and all of this. But at the end of the day, I feel he has to pay something. And not even that, it made you look like a liar.
Yep.
It made you look like a liar. And you ought to be ashamed of yourself for not acknowledging people's pain. It bothers me, guys. If I get all riled up, tell me to settle down, because
And now he wants you to feel his pain because he got to pay this damn money.
now
You know what I'm saying? It's
he's
some bullshit.
hiding his money. He doesn't want to pay. He came out and apologized to the victims' parents, but they had to sue you for that apology.
Yeah, right, right.
So that doesn't really count. And this just happened a couple months ago. And then Kanye West
Yep.
decides to follow in his tracks. But what did I do with the thing? Anyway, I want you guys to see the pain. George Floyd's, the mother of his child, came out and spoke about not only how she felt about Kanye's comments, but having to watch her husband, or her boyfriend, I'm sorry, lose his life on national television. Can you imagine? Perry, I'd be so upset if that was you.
Yeah.
I would be
No,
so
I mean,
upset.
shit. Yeah.
Let's go ahead and listen to what she had to say.
I have a lot to say because I can't get my words together right now. But I wanted everybody to know that this is what those officers took. At the end of the day, they get to go home and be with their families. Shiona does not have a father. He will never see her grow up, graduate. He will never walk her down the aisle. If it's a problem she's having and she needs her dad, she does not have that anymore. I'm here for my baby. And I'm here for George because I want justice for him. I want justice for him because he was good. No matter what anybody thinks, he was good. And this is the proof that he was a good man.
Damn.
It's just hard to watch.
Yeah.
It's just hard to watch. I can't. Look at what some stupid people are putting in the chat. Stop watching media, fake stories, fake families, interviews, all staged. That's just someone trying to disrupt
Well, no, I
the
get it.
chat
I
or
mean,
show how ignorant they are. It is never okay to watch your loved one die on national television.
and
It's
let's
just
just
not
ask this
okay.
Jules. Let's just ask Jules for a second.
Jules is just a
I know,
bot
I
or a
know. I'm
dumbass.
just saying, if you had a family member just accidentally get killed, and then somebody come back the following year after you mourning their death, would you want somebody coming lying on your family member? That's all I got to say.
No, dude, could you watch your family member have a policeman put their knee in your neck for 9 minutes till you stop breathing? Can you imagine watching your
Mhm.
family member?
I mean, because really
They
at this
seen the
point,
clip over and over again.
and this
It's
person's
just
starting
so
to,
disgusting. Maybe we have dumb, insensitive
that
people
person is
like
sounding
Jules or
like the cop who did his daughter or something. You know what I'm saying? Just ignorant.
I have a real appreciation for human life. I feel blessed to be alive. I'm thankful to be here. Is every day a good day? No, but I'm thankful to be alive. So I have real human compassion when whether it's a child, a father, and did you see his little girl standing next to her mom?
Yeah.
She's never going to know her father.
Nope.
All she's going to know, she's going to see these clips if she hasn't already, because the media just ran it on a loop, which they should, because that should never happen again. This is why Black Lives Matter was formed. I don't
Yep.
want nobody seeing their loved one die on TV. That's just, that
It's
messes.
a shame. Like, I mean, she'll remember her father because I'm sure she was around a little bit, but she gonna remember more people like Jules,
Yeah,
these
that
ignorant
done.
people in this world that, you know, I don't understand them.
Mhm.
But if the shit was to happen to them,
Yeah. No,
it'd be a
you
different
actually
story.
have ignorant people like that. That's how come Alex Jones can go on and say the heartless things that he has to say. That's why Kanye, his stupid coon ass, feels thinking he's gonna impress Donald Trump, could say the things that he said. I bet you if it was North life taken away, he would have a different attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Kanye West is the biggest sellout I've ever seen. And when they take all his money, because listen, this is the same exact thing that Alex Jones did. Same exact thing. Except Kanye's was worse. He's alluding to the fact that he didn't die from the guy putting the knee on the neck. It was fentanyl.
Yeah, I know. Come on now. And I mean, like he's some kind of fucking doctor, you know. I mean, you can't even solve your own marital problems, bro. No, let's keep it real. I mean, I am so done with him.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, people can make money. Ignorant people make money. The guy who just got sued for 965 million is ignorant. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? In my opinion. And so is Kanye. And like, life is way bigger than what these people want to come out and make it to be. It's not a white and black thing. All our lives matter. Jules,
Mm-hmm.
you know, Kanye, but it's people that only worrying about their damn self. The hell with everybody else. That
Mm-hmm.
they's looking out for fame, attention, like Jules was, and maybe I should stop giving her attention, or him, or whoever
This is what
behind the
I want to
call.
know. I'm hearing that they don't have mass. Can I say the word? I hear
No.
that other
Yeah,
countries
just say
don't
mass.
have to
They know what you're
deal
talking
with
about.
someone coming in to your life with a weapon and unlifing you.
Well, the
That's what
other
I'm hearing.
countries,
You
no,
guys,
no.
let me know in the chat from the other countries. Do you guys have to deal with this type
Sharrell,
of problem in
Sharrell,
other
it
countries?
just happened in northern Thailand about a week
Oh,
ago
oh.
at a daycare center.
No, I thought America was just
Yeah,
the only one that.
no. I mean, it's more rampant to me, in my opinion, over here. But I hear most of our news. I don't hear all theirs unless it hit a big stage. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But yeah, it's crazy. It's some ignorant people, just selfish as fuck, just worrying
Stupid.
about their own stuff. You know, it's just pissing me off.
And here's the thing that really pisses me off. Let's go back to my incident that happened in my school. Someone has a problem with their life. I have nothing to do with it. They're unhappy.
Hmm.
They have issues. Why do I have to pay the price for it? Why does an innocent person have to you take their life away because you're confused?
Hmm.
You're unhappy. It makes no sense. It just upsets me to no end. That's why I came on to do this video. Hold on,
Hmm.
I'm falling behind on these super chats. Hey, Perry and Sharrell, sending love from Tampa, Florida.
Hi, Tam.
Thank you. People forget that Ye started a college fund for George Floyd's kids. What? Where was this energy then? These are white supremacist talking points from Candace Owens. Well, I don't
Well,
even know
it's
if they're
both
from
of them. It's both of them
Kansas.
talking points at this point.
Yeah,
Kanye's too.
because
And
remember, I reported yesterday that Donald Trump wants to run again for a presidency, and he wanted Kanye to come in to help with the black vote. Kanye went so far that Trump says, "I'm out." He said, "I'm
yeah.
out." I want to
Oh
play
boy.
this because I think it's important to hear from the family. This is George Floyd's brother. Mm, mm, mm. Just take a listen.
It really don't make no sense. We all seen it, plain as day. Y'all in here with cameras for a reason, to record what's here so you can have it for later. So you can have proof of what happened today. Right? Am I right or wrong? So you can have footage of what happened today. Right? And when you post that footage on your news stations or whatever, you expect people to believe what you're posting and what you video was real, right? Am I right or wrong? Correct. It's not that simple when somebody's getting videoed and getting murdered. Why is it not that simple? Why do you have to say, I'm gonna be here for you and Gigi. Floyd might not be here, but I'm here for her. I'm here to get justice, and we're gonna get justice for my brother. We're not leaving. We're gonna keep fighting. We're gonna put my brother we're gonna send him home in beautiful ways this week. But I'm telling you, get it. Thank y'all for coming, but this shit has to stop, man. It has to stop.
I just,
Yeah, prayers out to that family, man. I mean, that it's hard to watch and see. You know, that's why I don't understand insensitive people. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it real. Because Jules couldn't get a speeding ticket without dropping tears, okay? But she wanna come on and act like somebody family member didn't matter. That is some effed up shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know I shouldn't get this one person this thing, but it's not just Jules. Jules represent a whole bunch of ignorant people like Kanye, Candace, that guy that got sued for the Alex. You know what I'm saying?
Alex
Like,
Jones, yeah.
it's just too much, right? Like, and people think we come on here to say black and white. No, we saying all people matters, but we just pointing out when Target get robbed, you don't mention Walmart, okay? You just saying it's a problem at Walmart. We were just basically saying it's a problem with black people being killed. We didn't say white people don't get killed. So I'm saying, like, because people want to change the narrative and make it out to be one against the other. No, we just saying we all need equal rights. White people, Chinese, Puerto Rican, it doesn't damn matter. So, you know, because people come in the chat, people come all over, just want to just come with all this crazy shit. We said all lives matter, and they try to take your message out of content, so it is never received by anybody.
And look at the punk way that Kanye did it. So he wants to run for office. I don't know, president, whatever.
Maybe Candace too, or is Candace's husband
They
allegedly
want to run for
taking
president.
money from Kanye?
They don't come out and say what they want. He decides to go to a fashion show and come out with the shirts. Never once telling us what his motives is. He's too coward to let us know, hey, I have ambitions. I want to run for some kind of office one day. Why don't you just say it?
And then let me ask you another question. And why ain't Candace Owens doing some footage on Kanye's reaction to Pete Davidson? Why, Candace? Why ain't you doing some shit on Kanye, the shit he did to Pete Davidson? Huh?
Jerry, wow.
But you can wear the t-shirt, Candace, Kanye, White Lives Matter, but you want to take one away, Kanye. So, you know, this hypocrisy is just getting on my damn nerve in this world. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you're always going to have ignorant people. You're always going to have people filled with hate. You're always going to have that. But good always overrules evil. And having compassion and not supporting the nut job that did what he did in Sandy Hook, or Kanye saying the stupid stuff that he's saying. It's just a damn shame. And I feel like there's more good people in the world than bad, but the bad people take up a lot of our time. but there's more good than bad. But you could easily get feel the reverse, because the stuff that stupid people do, the bad people, is so bad.
Somebody just said this in the thing. I mean, maybe you know about it. It says Kanye had just left Michael Rappaport a crazy message in his voicemail.
I can't.
You know
I
about
can't.
Jewish people. You know, I
I'm,
mean,
I'm
like,
so done with Kanye.
you know,
It's not even
yes,
funny.
yes.
And we said that yesterday, but I wanted to show the family and how devastated they are. Mm-mm-mm.
And then he weren't running around worrying about sharing a T-shirt, getting the damn attention. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm.
but then he come back. People didn't support me. People supported you with the Kim Kardashian shit, Kanye. Stop it. Even when we knew most of that shit was your fault.
What do you when she was dating Pete?
Yeah,
Mm.
with the kids and stuff. I mean, not everything
Can
we know,
you,
but it was still support for him.
isn't it weird the situation that Kanye is putting his children in at this point? Kanye is so hated. He's pissed off so
Kanye, in
many
my opinion,
people.
is not giving a damn about his kids, his
Yeah.
wife.
Yep.
Kanye worrying about him and his screwed up damn beliefs.
Yeah.
And it's not because no damn medication either.
Yeah.
The boy is just ignorant, in my opinion.
But it's something Kim has to deal with. You know, she's trying to distance herself from the situation, and I wouldn't want to be a part of that either. But his children have to watch daddy being a total maniac, nut job, lunatic on television, being a uncaring asshole to someone
Right.
who lost their family member to police brutality. They have to watch this. Little North have to watch her father sit up there and lie about George Floyd. No, it was fentanyl. It's just so much.
I mean, at this
can't.
point, to do something like that for real, you showing lack of respect for George Floyd and your kids. And
Everybody.
really for your damn
Everybody.
self, but that I can overlook. You just for
Everybody.
eating that food to me.
Listen, he's even making white people look bad. The people that supported the movement, you're making them look bad. Like they supported Black Lives Matter, not the stealing, but what it stood for. You always have a bad seed to mess up something good. David says conspiracy theorists can be dangerous. We had a mass shooting in Norway. They do back in 2011, where 70 kids were unlived by anti-Islam. I hope I said conspiracy theorists. I didn't know. So people all over the world have to deal with some nut jobs that feel that they're God and they could take somebody else's life.
And basically what it is a whole bunch of people who couldn't stand on their own 2 feet. And if you notice, all these people always have to have a crowd of people around them. Because at their core, they are nothing but cowards.
Ooh, Perry. Wow. What do you mean by that? They won't stand up alone and say,
okay,
because Kanye didn't even tell us his ambition.
If one person thought this race shouldn't exist or whatever, that person would take action on his own. But like I said, at their core, they're too cowardly. That's why the conspiracy theories come. They recruit a group of people,
you're right,
weak-minded as they are, right? And then they go out on these attacks.
You're saying you never heard one person stand up and say, no white supremacists say, because they always try to distance themselves from being white supremacists. They'll say, well, we're just standing up for white people. That's what they say. They don't say, I want to see every Black person out here unlived. They're always in groups. You're right.
What I'm saying is they too cowardly to do it individually, right? Because then it's more you're more able to stop them. They get to have this group behind them. That's why their life's so screwed the fuck up in the first place. From day one. I mean, they probably can't even have a wife unless they got a group there. You know what I'm saying? They can't I'm just saying these people are so damn deranged and shit like this. Like But at the core of it, they basically cowards, Sharrell.
Mm.
And that's why they get to form these groups.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get this because we can do it then. And typically, the person who form all these groups and brainwash them,
Mm-hmm.
this person probably never go to the scene of the crime. They
Yeah.
send these people out because I'm
Yeah.
saying that's the kind of cowards they are.
Mm-hmm.
They'll get behind the mic, spew this bullshit.
Well,
This didn't really happen.
Kanye's a little different. What do you think's going on in his head? Because he is a African American who really and I laughed at first, wants the approval of these white supremacy groups. What is going through his head?
I mean, I'm not a psychiatrist. I mean, really, I'm not
I
for that
know.
reason. But I'm just saying, really, with Kanye, to me, that is not an action. That is not actions from a happy man. So he got some deep-rooted problems, and I'm not saying mental issues.
Mhm.
Just where I guess it could be how you want to look at low self-esteem or just how he look at himself in the mirror. He can't be happy with.
You think that when
If Kanye was so happy with himself in a big jacket and the fireman boots up to his knees, he wouldn't have to go to these measures, right? He'll be happy, moving on.
Mhm.
Maybe home with Kim.
He
and his kids.
always seems irritated or agitated. He really does. It's always, even before this, he would snap at the drop of a dime.
Mhm.
Even when his mom was alive, he would yell at production. I remember this back in the day. He would yell at production. He would say, "This is my music," and he wouldn't let anybody change. He's always been an angry man. That's what a
Right.
angry man he really has.
And then the part I'm trying to say though, when I say unhappy, because
Mhm.
you know what though, like say when he got with Kim, it was a happy moment. He felt like this was going to fulfill him.
Right.
A person with that bad low self-esteem and hate the person they represent never stay happy for too long. That's why
Right.
he go from the left to the right. One day
He's
he
pro-black
wanted to
and
support the
hates black
pro black,
people.
and then the next day he's pro this,
Yeah.
right? And then he
Yeah.
get there and realize he's not finding happiness. But happiness comes from within. He can't find that for himself.
That's deep, Perry.
You
I'm
know,
gonna see if that is true. He's always irritated by something, agitated. Even when his mom was here, he was never 100% happy. If you talk about Amber Rose, you'll talk about how controlling he was, and he just maybe he has daddy issues. Let me you want to take a
I'm
couple
not gonna
comments?
blame that shit. You know what? I mean, and this one I'm gonna say this before you can bring up callers or whatever. Sharrell, let's stop blaming on his mother passing. Daddy issues, right? And at some point, you get to look at Kanye for being a man. Kanye is not 14 years old,
Well, yeah.
right? Kanye ain't always done this shit.
But it seemed like when his mom was here, though, he was a little bit more stable, didn't it?
Well, I mean, we can say a lot of things. When he was with Kim and while they was in baby making mode, he could have been a different person too. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, we got to stop and be careful how we give excuses to people.
Yeah, yeah. You're
The
right.
hell with Kanye. Kanye got a problem on his own. He's the individual doing it.
Yeah,
Nobody held him at gunpoint
yeah, yeah.
to wear that damn T-shirt, to
Yeah.
say that about the Jewish people,
Yeah,
to
yeah,
do
yeah,
all the crazy shit he do.
yeah, yeah. I don't know what's wrong with him. I want no parts of it. The man is confused and an embarrassment.
Yeah.
And I used to love Kanye,
hmm
not so much
People
anymore.
always say it's a thin line between love and hate.
Mhm.
You loved him. I think we're on the other side now.
Hey, Ruth, how are you?
What's up, Ruth? What's up,
Hey,
Hey,
Boom. Hey,
Sebastian?
Perry. Hey, Sharrell. How are you guys?
Good.
I mean, we're trying to keep these videos short today, but we got to let people talk on Kanye. Are you glad that the family's suing him, Ruth?
do you remember yesterday I was the first one to say if George Floyd's family is listening,
You did.
please go and file a lawsuit against him.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
guess what? Immediately you wrapped up your show on Twitter, they posted that George Floyd are going to go after Kanye.
And after the Alex Jones case, this is Kanye is very well going to get convicted. It's the same exact thing as Alex George.
The Alex Jones
Alex Jones. I'm sorry, I said
case
George.
it's not too old. I mean, it's this month. It happened this month.
Yeah, it happened this month.
Yeah.
Not too long ago, just a couple of days ago, not even a week.
Oh, okay. Let me see this really quick. Lily says, my parents does when I was a young girl, toddler, minor. There's no excuse for Kanye's BS. That's true. I experienced every form of a there is, but I will not use that for my BS. What about that, Sebastian? Are people giving Kanye an excuse, and should they not do that?
I could care less about Kanye. My message here is to the George Floyd family. I wish you guys well on this lawsuit because it's gonna be very hard. It's gonna be a very hard and touchy lawsuit. It's gonna be very hard, and you're gonna have people who are gonna be coming for you. And I hope you guys can stay strong and fight this.
You think people will go after the Floyd George family?
Of course they will. You know how much maniacs we have in this country. Of course they will.
It's
There's gonna be
disgusting.
this some. The issue is that I feel like if Kanye gets attorneys, the attorneys could start saying things that would just diminish that family, which is why I hope they have a good attorney, someone who will do this for them well, not a clout chaser, not a clout chasing attorney, a good attorney who do this job completely well and know how to back up the facts with everything. Because one thing they will try to bring you guys, they'll try to bring up that Kanye donated money to your family. They'll try to bring up that Kanye donated to a fund for your daughter's college. They'll try to bring up all that, but you need a good attorney to defend your case.
No,
It
but
makes
I
sense.
totally disagree with that. Because the reason you could be right in a way, but George Floyd's death was highly examined with forensics and pathologists and all kinds of doctors to get to a verdict.
I agree.
People,
I agree.
yeah. So, and it's very well documented. So the attorneys that worked on that case will simply pull the evidence that they have to present in this case. I don't think that Kanye will pull this one, really. That is
I
why
believe
you
that.
see that they are going for a very high amount because they know they are going to win. And even
Mhm.
if they win and negotiate a lower amount, it will be in millions. In millions. He
All
just
right,
stepped.
guys, I got a long line.
He stepped
Go
on
ahead.
a
What'd you say, Ruth?
landmine. I'm saying he stepped on a landmine. It just blew his foot off.
He
You
did.
don't do that.
He did.
You know.
Kanye has a lot of money, but I think he's gonna be dishing some of it out, most of it out. I think he's gonna lose big time.
Well, I hope he's thinking of getting back with Kim so she can help.
Wait, guys, I want to mention something. People keep saying sue Candace Owens, sue Candace Owens. That's going to be hard to do. It's easier to do it with Kanye, but it's going to be very hard to do it with Candace. Because
I don't like that girl.
I don't like Candace either. Candace be saying too much problematic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
One
All
thing,
right, guys. Let me just do this. Hey, apartments. Hey, Dee Dee.
Hey, Sharrell. Hey,
Love
Perry.
you guys.
Hey,
Let me
hey.
give other people a chance.
Hey, everybody
It's
Love
okay.
else.
Hi.
Let's start with you, apartments. This is serious. What are your thoughts?
I am so serious about this thought
Somebody
because
has their TV on. Hold on.
Oh, I can. That's me. Let me
Okay.
pause it. Sorry about that, guys.
That's fine. Go ahead, apartments. Go ahead.
okay, my whole thing is this is very serious. This is very serious because her, Kanye is tired of working for these $1 billion fashion industry people. He is making billions and billions and billions of dollars. He is making billions and billions and billions of dollars for them. He's tired of working for them. So he's trying to expose them like they expose people when they trying to shut people and take them down when they get power. Kanye has power. So right now they're trying to destroy him. His fashion industry is worth billions, not millions, billions, and could be.
So hold on, Apartments. You feel that somebody's trying to trap Kanye?
Yes,
Yeah, that would sound
the
like something.
fashion industry is trying to take him down. They want to discredit him. They don't want black people to wake up and know that they could make this money without them.
But did the
He is
fashion?
Gucci. He
Did the-
is Louis Vuitton. He's Kanye. He's Yeezy. That's
But-
the most popular fashion brand right now that's making billions of dollars. So they want to take that down. They don't want no designer, no black person to know, you know what? Y'all could do this without.
But Apartments. Let me interrupt you. Did the fashion industry make Kanye say those discouraging remarks about the Floyd family?
About that. Apology from Kanye definitely he needs to apologize to the family, to the Floyd family. And the Floyd family really needs to sue the United States government for what they did to him, you know, and the police department. That's where this lawsuit needs to lie, on the police department that killed him, and United States government. You know,
So you gonna Apartment, look. So you gonna overlook, seriously, like, this ain't a moment to come in and make this a black and white thing. We talking about one individual. We talking about Kanye West, right? Now, I don't like to get off into all this conspiracy theories and shit. Like, if they want to sue him, that's their choice to sue United States or whoever, the city, the county, the state. But they also got the right to sue Kanye for coming out saying some bullshit. Okay. So let's not go there and act like this is just a black and white thing. No, it's not. It's just about Kanye.
No, I don't think she was saying it was a black and white thing. I think, well, correct me if I'm wrong. You're saying that the fashion industry does not want to.
He is a trillionaire almost. You understand? So they want to destroy him. Okay, just like they want to take away his voice. You understand? They want to take away.
So she's saying that this is a money thing.
Yeah, this is about power. This is about power. So they want to discredit him with mental, sexual, women. They're going to throw everything at him to bring him down. They don't want black people to wake up and say there could be another Kanye, because they don't want to never give another black man an opportunity to make billions of dollars.
I don't want to come out to be. Now, I mean, I'm just saying, let's just focus on Kanye.
Kanye, I'm focusing on Kanye, billions of dollars. He's a very powerful person.
Okay. Well, he is, right? But is he very smart? Answer that question.
He's a genius, in my opinion.
Okay, so he's a genius, right?
In my opinion.
And did not recognize that these people in this fashion industry, like you just said, wanting to bring him down. Did these people put this shirt on his back? Did these people write him a report?
Okay, listen to this
and talk about the
organization I'm speaking of, because I'm a black person that never mattered. My ghetto, my black people, the original real black people, just because you got my color, you not me. We never mattered to the United States government. Okay.
Okay. Well, I mean, but
never.
That's not the discussion we're having, though.
That's the bottom line. Though that's what he's exposing. We're talking about Black Lives Matter.
Kanye to me is exposing himself to be a hypocrite, right?
I don't believe he's a hypocrite.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I know, and I can appreciate your opinion. I'm just saying
he's
we have
a billionaire that has a lot of power that can help black people. You understand? They don't want him to be able to get housing preservation development money to build on them 300 acres he got that can save black people from being homeless in LA. Simon says, focus here, black people. Focus on this negativity.
Okay, apartment.
They want to take this man down.
Okay. Let me stop you for a second. How many houses have he built on these 300 acres?
He's trying to get
no.
From Donald Trump. It's called housing preservation development money.
No. You said he's worth trillions.
He's trying to get.
I'm taking your word, right? But even a billion. How many houses do he have on his 300 acres?
He has the property. See,
he has the property, right? His property.
Now remember, he is now
no. Is this black people property or Kanye's property?
It's
See,
going to be
let's
black
not
people's
mix the,
property.
no, what I'm saying is don't mix the two. I mean, I don't want to come in and make this a black history class or all this and go back.
This is not a black, because there's not many black
Everybody's
people
gonna
that
have a
got that
different
many,
opinion.
got that much money and property and power. And black people need to stand behind them instead of doing everything Simon says. There's a lot of mentally ill, rich white folks running around here too. Okay.
Let me ask you this. So on one hand, you saying black people should stand behind him. If Kanye came after you, would you be wanting all the other black people to stand behind him?
What would he come after me for?
No. He went
or any
George
black
Floyd.
person. Tell me a black person he came after.
Okay. George Floyd.
George, that'll answer. He didn't. I don't believe he came after him. I believe he was talking about theories that other people were speaking of.
Oh, well, other people. Who was other people? Were they black people?
Candace Owens, she probably told him this information, was given information, and everything. This is very much misunderstood, and everybody's diving into it. Simon says, let's destroy Kanye West. So that's what they're doing with the bloggers, the media, the internet. That's what they're doing. Yeah, let's get $1 trillion, and they will never allow another black Gucci, Tommy Hilfiger, DR. Come on, they don't want them trillions.
All right, let me let Dee Dee jump in. If somebody is having
that's me. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna let you sound off really quickly, and then I'm gonna have to let you go because it hurts people's ears that are listening with earbuds. Sound off really quickly, Dee Dee.
Okay, I just have a question and one quick thing to say. I kind of watched a little bit of Candace Owens's documentary. I kind of scrolled through it, and I found it really, really sad how she went to George Floyd's family members. There were 2 family members on there, and she was pressing them, questioning them. They were on there saying
whoa, stop, Dee Dee. You're saying Candace Owens, her documentary also included George Floyd?
Yes, she went over to the house where he was living. So after he was killed, after he passed, it was a man and a woman. They were telling her that none of his family members ever cared. Everybody came out of the woodwork. They had people saying that this kid was his, that kid was his. It was this proof, and nobody came to get none of his things, none of his stuff. And she just had them sitting on camera looking so stupid and crazy for them to go and just talk about this man as if he was nothing, and they're supposed to be a member of his, they're supposed to be family to him. So I found that crazy how she's saying that on one side he's getting exploited, but she's doing the exact same thing, which I don't think he's getting exploited as far as where we're coming from. But for her to go on there and go to his family's house and have them sit on there on that documentary saying, oh well, none of these people had nothing to do with Floyd, but they were calling him by another name, but I guess his childhood name. I can't call it off the top of my head right now, but they were saying how none of these people never cared about him, and when he died, no one came to the house to collect any of his stuff. It's just all still there. So I just thought that was so tasteless for them to do. And my question is, as far as Kanye, I don't get how, okay, he went on Tucker, he went on these other platforms, but and all of them, the right wing always preaching about, pro-life, this and that. But I'm not understanding why nobody not pushing back on him, asking him, okay, why did you want Kim to abort your baby? And he was sitting up there crying. I forget which platform he was on or which social media thing he was on, but he was sitting up there crying, saying how he almost unalived his kid, his baby. He wanted Kim to abort her. So that was my question, and I find it kind of weird. Everybody's jumping on his bandwagon, calling him a genius.
He was sharing his testimony of awakening,
side, but they're not pushing back on when he wanted his wife to abort his baby.
He was sharing his testimony that she wasn't, and thanking God that she wasn't.
No, he was saying that he almost aborted his child. It had nothing to do
and he started crying with
God
repentance
about what she did or didn't do. He wanted her to abort that baby girl.
Repentance.
All right, let me do this. Let me take on some new callers because I'm having a hard time hearing you.
I'm gonna jump off right now, Sharrell. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you,
Okay,
All right.
take
Cheryl.
care. Bye,
Thanks, lady.
guys. Thank you,
Thank
Thanks, lady.
you.
apartments. I appreciate it.
Thanks, apartment.
I had a hard time hearing. Can you hear me, Jennifer?
I can. Um,
Hey, Chit Chat.
Hey,
hey
lady.
Sharrell, how are you?
We had fun last night. Let's
We
start with you,
did.
Jennifer. What do you want to add to the conversation?
A couple things. First of all, my grandfather was bipolar, and I was scared of him, but I was also a little kid. He died when I was 13. He
Uh-huh.
did stuff like, I live in Chicago. He drove from Chicago to the Grand Ole Opry in the middle of the night because he grew up in Nashville. He just wanted to see it. But my grandfather didn't do the things that Kanye does.
I
Not at all.
believe that. Yeah. It's a lot of people suffering from mental illness that don't do these things.
Right.
And did anybody see this documentary that Dee Dee was just talking about?
I didn't.
I didn't watch it.
No, I didn't see it.
I don't believe. I agree with you, Jennifer. Sound off, Chit Chat.
I just feel like okay,
We can't hear you. Chit Chat.
message trying to come in. I apologize.
Okay.
I feel like there are two parts to this. Um when the Hurricane Katrina incident happened and Kanye put the camera in President Bush's face and ridiculed him about how he does not care about African American people, we saw a brother that had substance and integrity that would not dare betray and turn his back on his people the way that he has done. I don't know where that Kanye is. I don't know if that Kanye even exists. I get what the other young lady was saying about them not wanting him to gain the funds to be able to build black housing, but he's not doing us a disservice when he is telling us as a people that white lives matter. And when he's questioned about it, he says, well, how can he not say white lives matter because his wife is white, as if he did not come from a black mother?
So,
Kim,
Chat, you feel like his behavior completely change. When did you notice the change?
when he made the statement about slavery was a choice, and he disrespected the first when he disrespected Amber Rose and said that before Kim would sleep with him, he had to take like 100 baths, as if
Oh,
Kim
I
was a
remember that.
virgin.
He did say that.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was right around at first. It was the whole antic with the Amber Rose. You had to take 100 baths, and you put this white lady up on a pedestal like she was a fresh new piece of tail off of the block. When we all know that she has been passed around the industry,
Oh
then
my
not. I'm just
Okay.
saying, like, where did Kanye go? Then a couple of years later, we get him, and he's saying all of this stuff about slavery is a choice, disrespecting Harriet Tubman, and then now with this newest stunt and these new antics, the White Lives Matter. I mean, Kanye is just lost, and he is not the voice for African American people. And Kanye deserves to be sued right now. That's very
Mm.
disrespectful. And I'm gonna say this because this is very important to me, because George Floyd's death was a sacrifice for a lot of people that have been affected by their families losing their loved ones due to police violence. And I am someone who has lost a
Oh my
brother.
God, you said that last night.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
did.
Yes, ma'am, I
Oh,
did.
oh my gosh.
Yes. And
Yeah.
so I know I personally know and understand the strives that Black Lives Matter has made, because before George Floyd's death, if your loved one was shot and killed by a police, you were not allowed to see the video footages in any state in the United States of
You
America.
said that last night.
Yes, you could.
Yeah.
So Kanye, how dare you? Somebody who would probably never suffer from any type of brutality from the police tell black people from the everyday life of living, from just regular people, that you come and you tear down this Black Lives Matter, because I mean, and that's with any organization, there's going to be scandal, but I'm saying the movement and the strives that the meaning
Okay,
of
let me
Black
say this. Let
Right,
me
Lives.
read
right.
what she's saying. So, Chit Chat is personally affected by police brutality. It was her brother who life they took, and she's saying that we need organizations like Black Lives Matter to put a spotlight on these things because your family had no voice during that time.
And
Is that
we don't need Kanye as a big celebrity dethroning the whole George Floyd, because that is the reason why you can now see the police footages if your loved one is shot and killed by a local police officer. Before this man died, you would not be able to see the video footages. You would just have to go with what they said in the affidavit. So how dare he take away from this man's death when it changed so much? And I know it personally, because after his death, they went about a month or two later and changed Congress. Now the thing that we're waiting on, because you asked me last night on the panel, like, hey, did our family get any type of justice from the police station? Or no, we didn't get any justice because of the law that is still in place now called qualified immunity. If your loved ones happen to die at the hand of a police officer and they write that affidavit out a certain way, and it looks, and they make it seem as though the police had a reason to pull their weapon and shoot, bam, case closed. No indictment, no criminal charges, no civil charges, nothing. It's over with. And we need those type of laws changed. And if Black Lives Matter are helping to change those laws, and we got one of them changed off of the blood of George Floyd, who are you, Kanye West, to come in here and raise this propaganda and say that this organization was stealing funds? And we need you to talk about this SEC thing that the great white Kim K is going through now, baby. Because that's why I think you're doing all these antics, because you do not want to help smear her. So you're gonna come pick on your own people and just kind of, what is the word I'm looking for, and just ignite us with stupidity, because that's the realty that this woman is being investigated by SEC.
everybody? I hear a lot of people saying that. Perry, well, let me read this really quick because I want you, Chit Chat and Jennifer, to answer this question. Thank you, lovely Scorpio. She says, Perry, I know you need a beer listening to this lady, Sharrell. He was right about apartments. She makes everything about race. Jennifer and Chit Chat. Let's start with you, Jennifer. Somebody saying, Beatrice is saying that mental illness has a different effect on different individuals. A lot of people still think that Kanye is dealing with mental illness. Do you think that now that you know that it affects people differently, Jennifer?
Yeah, I mean, I still think he's dealing with mental illness, but I really don't see how. I mean, it could make him say some of the crazy things he says. I do get that, but I mean, I feel like the more media attention he gets, the further he goes with his antics.
What about you, Chit Chat?
I agree. I think this is all to just piggyback off of what I was saying a while ago. And I'm not going to say that Kanye does not suffer from mental illness, because he in fact does, and he does take prescription
Exactly.
medication for it. So I would never diminish, the fact that he does suffer from mental illness. But we're talking about somebody at the top of the food chain that has access to the best of
Oh, yep,
healthcare, drugs,
yep.
prescription. He getting the best bipolar medication. So I believe that Kanye will
If
be
he's taking it, you know,
again, that's if
right.
he's
And I,
taking.
I don't mean to cut you off, but I'll say a lot of times with mental illness, I mean, I suffer from depression myself, and my brother does, but we act totally different. Like, I'm clinically depressed, actually, and he's bipolar, but he's nothing like my grandfather. Like I said, my grandfather was the sweetest man, but he was impulsive. Like I said, he drove
When
to
he was mentally ill when he only had access to millions and not billions now, when he put the camera on George Bush and said that this man doesn't care about us. So Kanye knows what he is doing, and he has a
Thank you.
very strong sense of consciousness. So whether he's taking his medication or not, Kanye has always been in tune at the beginning of his career with,
Right.
you know, in my opinion, that hey, these people treat us different. For you to go to the other side now and sit at the opposite side of the dinner table and ignite your own people and kick us and just do the things that he does, he's serving us a disservice. He doesn't need to be the voice for us at all, because he's abusing the power that he has. And
Yep.
anyone who believes that he needs funding from the government to build homes on this property that he owns, they are
Kanye's worth $2 billion. Two
so
Oh, hell
billion
Hold on,
with a
Perry.
B.
I want
thank
to make
you.
sure that everybody in the chat heard Chit Chat's story. She is a victim of police brutality,
Right,
which is what originally Black Lives Matter was created for. So
right,
when we say that we support the movement, we're talking about a place where you could go if you are a victim. This has
right.
nothing
It's
to do
not
with
about. I'm
right.
sorry.
Exactly. It's not. I
It's
was going to
not
say it's
about.
not,
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
I think we're going to the same place. It's not about us saying that white lives don't matter. That was all a decoy. Even them taking the money was a decoy. We need some place to go
Yes.
for when this happens to our black men.
We need somebody who is going to stand up to Congress and not allow them to change the conversation. We need somebody who is not going to allow the conversation to be deflected with stuff like,
Right.
oh, they
Right.
spending the funds for this. That's a deflection. It goes on in every
Deflection.
organization. Let's get to the meat and the potatoes of the plate. We need to know what y'all going to do about these police officers wrongfully killing black men and women, brown skinned people, and then we not even being allowed to see the video footage is number one. Okay, thank you. We got past that thanks to Mr. George Floyd. This brother rest in peace. I hope he does, and I hope that Kanye will come to his senses and realize that the little 1/4% of a black card that he does still have left, baby, you gonna lose it if you challenge that family. You
Yeah.
gonna lose it.
Lily, what did you
Well,
want to say? Because you are so right, Chit Chat. Go ahead, Lily.
Hi, everyone. And my heart
Hi.
goes out to Chit Chat and her loved ones about her brother.
Yes.
right.
Hello, thank you.
I want to say we have to stop allowing Kanye to use his mother as a scapegoat for his behavior.
Yes.
It's so many else that was in the chat that lost our parents as minor children. And his mom has been dead for a couple years. Everybody handle things differently. I do understand that. But
Mhm.
that is not an excuse for Kanye's behavior, his mom. It's so many people in the chat. They have experienced so many horrible things in our lives. But we do not act like Kanye West. And some of us are not far from being mentally unstable, but because of the grace of God and we got common sense and we don't want to go to jail, we do not act out and act like Kanye West. And what he said about George Floyd is so despicable.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Mhm.
It's
Thank you.
disgusting.
Because
And
it,
for
it takes away from what that man
yes,
blood really, baby, listen to me,
yes,
audience, please. Had this man not died, these police officers would still be getting away with killing our family members, and you can't even see the footage. You take what
amen.
we
Well,
said,
Yeah.
and so
Chit
you
Chat.
come and you raise this conversation over here. Oh, they stealing funds. No, baby, we need to stay on course. This
Um,
organization has helped to move things, and they went and fought with
Yes,
Congress, and I personally understand and know the domino effect of what the organization has done, because for 2 years we fought with that police department to see the police footages, and even when they passed the law, they still, after they had the chief of police here in my town emailing back and forward over to the city, I've given them permission, I've given them permission, I've given them permission, to the point as to where we had to have her on the phone, walk into the city and let them hear her voice and not hang the phone up until she knew that we were then going to be allowed to see the footages.
That
Mm.
is so messed up on so
Chit
many
chat.
levels.
I
I
want to
want to
say
speak up about the young lady saying to sue the government. The Floyd family, they have every right to sue whoever. And they pretty much have gotten, I think, some money from the state or whatever.
a
But
civil
to,
lawsuit.
yes, but to not make Kanye responsible and want to put it off on race and put it off on the government.
And
Kanye
to
is
say
Unfortunately,
foolish
to
some
say that he
and
people
he is
died from
not a genius.
need to be
He's
made
not a
an
genius. He's a
example
foolish
of, and that's
man.
Kanye.
They should
But I
ask
want
I
to
for
think it
say,
more
was
than
I
what they
think
asked
Hold on,
for.
everybody. Hold on. Keep going, Lily. You said he's not a genius. Take it from there because we
He
couldn't hear.
Kanye has never been a genius. It's just some people are looking for something and they look at it and see it in Kanye and they latched on to it because they themselves have something weak that they looking for in Kanye and they consider him a genius when the genius is in themselves. Kanye is not a genius. Nowhere
Mhm.
near a
um,
genius. He's a nutcase.
Yeah,
um, I
yeah.
want to say, my
When
sister-in-law works with
George Floyd.
my
Hold on, Val. I gotta. Thank you, Lily, for calling in and sharing your story. Chit chat, stay
You're
because this is
welcome.
close to home for you.
Thanks,
Jennifer, I'm
Lily.
gonna go ahead
okay.
and bring in another caller. Thank you so much
Okay,
for calling
can
in.
I say one thing?
Yeah.
Kanye's mother would be against everything that he's doing now. But he always says how much he loves his mother. But there's no way. His mother was teacher of African American studies. I think it was at the University of Chicago, and there was no way she would approve of his behavior.
I
Thank
agree.
you, Jennifer. I got a lot. Lily, thank
Thanks,
you for
ladies.
Okay.
calling in. Were
Thank you
you
as
done,
well.
Lily? Or did you have something else to say, Lily?
I want to say this. I remember reading something where it says Kanye's mom would never punish him when he did things he was young. Kanye could never do any wrong when he was young. So that does
Oh.
form a problem in a child if you never discipline them when they're wrong. But it
So
still
you're
is not an
saying
excuse.
Kanye's a man that's used to getting his way?
Yes, but that is not an excuse for his behavior. Kanye knows exactly what he's doing. I'm not going to put it on bipolar because if I go out right now and start yelling all these things that Kanye West is saying, I know what I'm doing. Bipolar, I know plenty of people that's bipolar. They do
Mm-hmm.
not act out like Kanye West. And I know everybody going to say there's different forms of how people act. Yes, it is. But Kanye knows what he's doing, you guys. He would do anything for attention.
Perry, do
Yep.
you still agree
Anything.
with Lily?
No, I definitely agree with her. I'm just saying, like, you cannot tell me a bipolar person being bipolar known to do stupid shit. It's a mental disease, and we all can have a form of a mental disease if you go to the right doctor. He'll diagnose you with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But say a woman or a person with polio, right, will themselves into a bank and then start, blasting and stealing the money. Could they use polio for an excuse?
Right. Yeah, you're right.
I'm
No,
just
they
saying
cannot.
enough is enough,
Mhm.
and Kanye's just full of shit, right? And as far as like the Black Life Movement stuff, nobody's condoning the people who stole the money, and they should be held accountable. And I can't speak for every black, and I just say this: I think most black people,
Mhm.
especially me, I speak for myself. The only thing I would like to see is equality for everyone,
Mhm.
every race, right? But
Yes.
in order to do that, you got to hold every race accountable for their wrongdoings.
Mm.
So when people come up
Yes.
and say, "Oh, we got to back this black guy or this white guy," no, look at the facts. Hold them accountable for their damn actions.
Mhm. Val, what you want to add to the conversation?
First, I gotta watch my words because I got a violation on Instagram because I said something that you said. So I got
Please do. Please watch it. Go ahead.
okay. So this is what I have to say on a serious side. I even had to look. I'm not even dressed yet. I had to come on camera. I understand what the lady is saying about her, what happened to her brother, and I feel for her because so many times we have to realize when people say it's not a black and white thing. The reason why we turn to black and white is because we're trying to say treat each race fair and the same.
Right.
That's the whole issue. Okay, that is the whole issue. So the other lady that came on, no disrespect to her, if you for Kanye, you for Kanye. But this is the thing you got to realize: so many times white people will stick together, whether they wrong or whether they right, and they get further sticking together than they do splitting apart. Kanye is doing just what they want, what the world, I'm going to say the world because I don't want to use race, what the world wants him to do is split up black folks to go one way and another way. So that's all
Divide and conquer.
he that's right. He is doing just what they want. So of course they're going to say, yay, Kanye, sit back and let him do whatever because he's doing what he thinks is acceptable. He's so worried about being acceptable, he will do anything to be acceptable in the majority race of being in the white world. That's what I'm saying. Now, when she talking about the death of equal people, I understand what she's saying. My cousin got beat. Okay, he got beat in the street, and he ran from the cops now, but he got beat up. Then he got taken to jail and got hung. My cousin was a Black Panther.
Wow.
My cousin was a Black Panther, and she was a lawyer. It took years for them to sue to get a settlement from all that. My uncle was on Sherm. I think he was on some drug. I'm gonna say Sherm. He had a fight with somebody. Soon as they know that you out of control, what the police do? They shot and killed him right there on the street. And right, could our family sue? No, because he was on drugs. So I understand what she's saying. This is what we're trying to say. How many times do you see a white man being beat up and then being hung in a jail cell? You don't see it that often. So we're trying to say, just be fair. Just be
Yes.
fair. That's all I'm saying. Just be fair.
And acknowledge the fact, because see, people have to pay attention to the tone that's going on in politics right now too. With this elections is right around the corner in November, so let's distract the people from that ballot. And no, we don't need to be distracted, because you see how you just said it took years for you guys to get any type of justice from what happened to your family, and I'm sorry that you had to experience that.
Yeah, sound off.
Well, here's the thing. I have bipolar, and I don't act like that. So let's just kill that right here, right now. And this isn't an excuse on Kanye. A lot of people are saying that it's mental health. It's mental health. Do I think a lot of it is mental health? No. However, the man before he was famous, was in a very severe car accident. I don't think he ever had a brain scan. I think he has TBI, traumatic brain injury. I don't think he ever got over his mom passing away. So everything, in my opinion, he's using as a crutch to say what he, in my opinion, is really feeling and really thinking. And you can't do that. You're entitled to your opinion, but when you start insulting people and then just running amok, and then, like I said, with the whole George Floyd thing, why would you say that? What would possess you? Because I saw the interview. I saw it. And I was sitting there like, first of all, why wasn't there anyone in that interview to check him, to say, yo, wait, stop. You're not going to say that here. And if he walked out, oh, well, bye. Next.
I don't think Kanye has anybody around him to keep him grounded. I mean, I can't think of.
But anybody in that, when it was on Drink Champs, anyone who was there should have been like, okay, first, like, for example, the guy who called him out on TMZ, the only person who was able to actually not really get through to him, but say what needed to be said. Why don't we have more people like that?
Sway in the morning called him out before too. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you out.
No, you're fine. And yeah, he needs to be called out. And like I said, if you're going to walk out, there's the door. Better yet, I'll open it for you and kick you out. I mean,
Diva, go ahead and wrap this up, because I keep going over every day. What were your thoughts? Because this is crazy.
I'll be real quick. And Sharrell, let me state this. I don't agree with anything that Kanye West is doing, right? But there are different degrees of mental illness. And the thing is, with mental illness, there are a lot of unknown people where the family members will call the cops because they cannot control the person with mental illness, right? And then the cops come, they don't even know how to handle it, and that person ends up, their life is gone. All I'm saying is he's been allowed for over a decade. The stuff he's saying now is more problematic and is touching people in a different way. But if you go back in his history, he's been saying problematic things. It just didn't sting the people the same way. So the thing is, they fed the beast. You allowed this man to get away with all of this stuff over a decade. So now it's just gotten worse and worse. The levels got worse. When he jumped on that stage with Taylor Swift, it was dead wrong. He had said stuff about Wiz Khalifa's son. He told him, your son is my son, because I was with Amber Rose first. There is so many vile and problematic things that he has said over the last decade, but it's now because it's stinging people a different way. They want to say he's crazy, this, that, and the other, right? They want to say all this stuff, he needs to be stopped. Let's be clear. If we look at the facts, there are some prominent people that when he called himself a genius, they agreed. So now a lot of the people that was feeding into his nonsense, right? They're backing away. He's always been problematic. He's always been saying these things. But now because he's saying, oh, race this, he been said the thing about slavery, right? He been said that, you know, it was a choice. But so this man has always done these things. I'm just saying that you can't force a grown person to take medication. So it's a mixture of everything, right? It's a mixture of this is his personality, but it's his personality and he's got a mental illness. So, you know, even with us, there's things that I make. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Pia doesn't act like that. She suffers from bipolar. She doesn't act like that.
But Sharrell, I can have a disease and she can have the same disease and she can do better off in that disease and I can have a demise because of that disease. So everybody doesn't handle the mental illness the same way.
When you
so
say
I
he's
can
mentally
take my
ill, when you say he's mentally ill, it takes him off the hook. He can't control.
No. I don't want to take him off the hook, Sharrell. What I'm saying is that because of that, it exacerbates everything that he does. But in addition to that, people have tolerated it for more than a decade. And it's just that because now it is coming to a huge head, now we want to stick a pin in it. But there's plenty of people, if you go back to interviews, you go back to everything, people have agreed and tolerated his nonsense and called him a genius. So, but now, because he's saying this and that and that, everybody wants to stamp the hammer on it. And I'm not saying they shouldn't, but I'm saying that the people are a part of the monster that you see right now.
Diva,
I know,
you know
I'm
what,
sorry,
Diva? Diva, I get what you're saying, and you know, and no, we're not gonna blame the people. Okay, people lie all the time, but people tolerate it, and it's always a breaking point where you get tired of a motherfucker lying, right?
Oh wow, okay,
Okay. But
Right. Tell him, Perry.
Let me say this though, Diva, and I know, and you could say, well, I think it's a mixture of both, and then it could happen, but couldn't a person with no illness go out there and do the same thing Kanye doing? So we ain't gonna. I mean, what I'm trying to say is, let that. I mean, mental illness and all this stuff go. His personality. Kanye is by choice doing this shit, and we got to hold him accountable for what he's doing, regardless of what the reason is.
Yes.
Wrong is wrong, regardless of what you got.
I don't disagree with you on that, right? But all I'm saying to you is that because of until he gets that situation under control, until it is controlled, we're going to see more of the same antics over and over again, because this is nothing new. This is just getting worse. If you could go back in history and bam, it's all there.
Yeah,
Hold on, I got one more person backstage that hasn't spoken.
Okay, but I agree with what Diva is saying. Diva is just saying that it's not just starting. All she's saying is that it's been ignored and he's getting worse and worse for more and more attention. Just like he's been ugly, so he's gonna do anything he can to get some attention. He ugly and still ugly. You know what I'm saying? He can do whatever.
Especially with that terrible beard.
Just because
let's hear what. Oh, sorry, Perry, I cut you off. Go ahead.
Oh no, I would say just real quick. Just because a person got away with something, it don't mean
his
judgment day shouldn't come. And I guess what Diva's saying, his judgment day is now, especially for me.
Right. That's what I'm saying. She's saying it's getting worse.
Okay.
Deandra, is it? Please, what did you want to add to the conversation?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I think that everybody is on the same page. They're just making different points about what we are realizing. Watch the Drunk Champs whole interview. I wanted to see what he was saying. One of the things that I find interesting is one, Nore did actually, I think, didn't he take it down because he realized he got a lot of flack because he didn't ask enough questions. He didn't challenge him. So
he took it. I'm sorry. Go ahead. He took it down.
Goes and speaks on the platform. We also need to hold the people accountable that give him the soapbox, and then Black people that don't challenge his views, so that it could be an actual fruitful.
Repeat that, Deandra. You need people to hold him accountable that do what?
Challenge him.
They allow him to go on there and just talk. When you look at some of those interviews, he is just talking over people, just going on and on, talking in circles. Here's the thing. He also is very smart about how he does what he does. He is very intelligent, and he obviously is very successful. Also, by 2022, if you look it up, he is worth $6.6 billion in net worth. We're talking about adding credit and the things that he can get borrowed money for. Here's the thing, though. He talks in circles. When sometimes he says relevant things, which is about what he knows about business, music, being a producer, being a rapper that's good with words. But what I don't like is that as a community that we look to celebrities for politics.
Right.
I
He's
don't care
calculating.
what a billionaire who is living in the lap of luxury has to say about being victimized in terms of, oh, they won't give me a seat at the table because I want to sell Yeezys or whatever it is. He always brings the conversation back to himself. He'll say something intelligent, but then he'll also then follow that up with something like politics that he knows nothing about and that we clearly know he's regurgitating. He's been hanging out.
So do you think he's suffering with mental illness?
I think that he definitely, first of all, I think that we're in a stage where we realize that a lot of people, a majority of people, we all, especially in America, are suffering from mental illness because a lot of us come from trauma. The society there's been so much crap that has happened to our grandparents before us, to our families before. This is a land of the rich and not for the poor, but it's full of the poor. Right. So with the things that Kanye is dealing with, yes, we all are. That's why on every TikTok, the Gen Zers are always talking about mental illness. But it is not an excuse for the way that he is acting. To me, the way that he is moving is because of political affiliations. He is rich. He wants to make money. The Republicans are giving him the attention, and then he's hanging out with them. The White Lives Matter thing was all about controversy, just like the Whitney Houston vanity table at the front CD cover. He knows that controversy. Now, one thing that you know this also being on YouTube, sometimes negative attention is just as good as positive attention. And to me, that tells you all of his intentions. He's about money. He does not care about us. Just like
what about that, Diva? What about what she just said? Is it about money with him?
Well, the thing is though, Sharrell, when has it not been, right? So when he got up on that stage and told Taylor Swift that Beyonce should have got the award, it was about money then. You understand? He said, and he even said, I made that be, referring to Taylor Swift. So all I'm saying is he's been problematic from day one. This is not shocking to me. But what I'm saying is when it's convenient for many, and this has nothing to do with color. When it's convenient for many, they on his side. They're riding with him. I can go back and say some more problematic things that he said before this point right now that people still called him a genius. They said he was everything. They said that Yeezy clothing line was everything. And those shoes, Sharrell, black, white, yellow, orange, bought them shoes off the shelf, okay? And they were $2 to $3 to $5 to $1,000 for absolutely ugliness and nothing. So my thing is, they built the beast. They accepted all of his.
So you're saying me as a public member, you as the public member, we all contributed to Kanye's behavior.
I disagree with that.
No.
You know what, Sharrell, the thing is, everybody's yelling now because of what he's saying. But I'm telling you, if you go back in the timeline, this man has always been problematic. And if you go back to who bought Yeezy, Sharrell, if you go back to who bought Yeezy, it's been the Black community buying those shoes for $500,000.
You're one of my best friends, but you gotta stop. I am not responsible for raising Kanye. I am not. Go ahead, Deandra.
Sharrell, let me just say this. Let me say this. When he got up on that stage and did that to Taylor Swift, everybody was like, that's right, the Beehive went crazy, okay? When he said that Bush hates Black people, the people went crazy. And I'm just telling you, in terms of retail, period, I'm just saying this. This is the African American community spends an abundance amount of money
Well, what does
on
that have to
clothing
do with Kanye's behavior?
because we bought his clothing too.
I ain't buying shit. I ain't buying shit. I ain't
You didn't. But I'm telling you, a lot of people
what
have.
happened in my
Well, we buy Adidas and Puma, and they are neo-Nazis.
I ain't about his DVDs. I ain't about nothing.
I think
Why would I buy a Hanes shirt with a hole in it? I'm sorry, I'm not doing that.
People did, and that's why he has $6.6 billion
Diva.
right now, and that's why he has all of that money.
Let somebody else speak, and then we will get back to our argument. Go ahead, Deandra.
So, like, yes, not to me the trigger, and we have to think about how our emotions are played on. Okay, our trigger was not only because I remember when I saw the picture of the White Lives Matter, right? It wasn't like they were walking down the aisle in a fashion show and we were like, that's freaking stupid. We still would have hated it. It was the fact that when we realized that the two people standing in those White Lives Matter shirt were Kanye West staying next to Candace, smiling back at each other. That was very, 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 very triggering for everyone because she represents something. She represents that kind of Black person that is so far gone. And we all know her history. It literally emulates what he's doing right now. Candace Owens got famous because she sued her high school for discrimination for being Black. And then she was liberal and making videos. And then I don't know, she got some backlash.
I agree with that. I think money motivates Kanye, but I refuse to believe what my dear best friend here is saying, that I am responsible for Kanye West's bad personality and his unhingedness.
No, he has people of all races have bought into Yeezys and bought his music. That's one thing he doesn't have. He appeals to the masses of white kids and Black kids and Spanish kids and whatever else you want to call it. This world lives on hip-hop. Hip-hop is now everyone's, according to the world. It's not only anymore. This isn't the 90s or the early 2000s. We are in the century now where everybody, no matter what race, no matter what class, listens to hip-hop, listens to all, like, I work in a majority like kind of white corporation, and the younger kids, they listen to everyone like that. I'm like, wow, really? Like, rap is
Sharrell, I gotta say this and I gotta go real quick. And I love you too, right? But next time I gotta come a little earlier. But I will say this too. There are tons, not just a little bit. There are tons and tons of celebrities that also was on the Kanye bandwagon, even when he was saying a lot of problematic stuff.
Public is not
almost a bitter end.
How is the public responsible for Kanye's personality? I don't raise your children. I don't live in your household. So you're telling me some nut job on the loose is my responsibility?
No, Sharrell, you ever worked at a job, right? And the supervisor had this favorite employee. They allowed that employee to do whatever they wanted to the point where they became a menace to the job.
Come on,
and all I'm saying is, when you feed the beast, this is what you get. Sharrell, I love you. Do a part 2.
Okay,
I love you.
And if you want to be responsible for Kanye, Diva is the reason this man is on the loose. There we go.
How many Yeezys do you have? How many Yeezys do you have? How many do you have? How many Yeezys do you have?
All right, guys, let me end this because everybody got to go, and I went way over. Bye, Diva. Thanks for calling in.
You're welcome.
Thank you, everybody, for your opinion. This was a difficult conversation. It really was. Thank you guys for calling. I appreciate it. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, ladies. Thank you.
I didn't mean to go that long. I did again.
Well, sure. Let me say this one thing before we end it. Look, people, in today's time, if you want to make a change or at least participate in a change, you must vote. Not telling you who to vote for, but don't complain about what's going on if you're not giving it any effort. Go out and vote, people. vote.
Perry, the voice of reason. Okay, you guys, please don't forget to click that like button on your way out. It does wonders for my video. If I didn't get to your call backstage, I do apologize. As you can see, we were really arguing today. I want to thank everyone for the super chats. You don't have to support the channel, and you do, so I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. On 3, Perry, let's be gone. 1, 2, 3. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.